Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Ferrari, directed by Michael Mann and starring Adam Driver, about the life and times of Enzo Ferrari, inventor of the Ferrari. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 12 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Yeah, I mean, can there be a bigger name in cars than Ferrari? Michael Mann really has a great trailer here, because the entire trailer is just music, scenes of emotion with the characters, and no dialogue except the very end. And Adam Driver says, when you get into one of my cars, you get in to win. And that's it. That's the entire trailer. So, often I do these trailer analysis and I say, oh my God, there's nothing in this. Where's the story here? But the thing with a biopic like this, Ferrari's already insanely famous, number one. Number two, we kind of know what a biopic, we know the points of a biopic. It's going to be about his life, about his rise and eventual, not really fall, but death, because he is gone now. He died in '88. And it's about his great cars and how he got to be the name in autos. And you could just see from the emotion in this trailer bits of his life. You could see that he had a son. The son died early. There's a big tragedy in his life. You could see him arguing with his wife, played by Penelope Cruz. Not sure who the other woman is. I suspect his mistress, but maybe it's his first wife. I don't know all the details of his life. But Penelope Cruz, also really good. Adam Driver really looks great in this. He looks the part. He's very, he delivers a very understated performance, even just in that one line. Michael Mann, of course, if you haven't seen Michael Mann before, first off, you probably have. He's famous for hosing down the streets in everything he shoots, so he could get that kind of reflective light off the street. He did it in Miami Vice all the time, and that was what he sort of made his bones on. Miami Vice, go back and watch that. But this just looks pretty gorgeous, I'll say. I mean, the cinematography looks good. It's got all the elements early in his life, happy times, the rough times. You even catch a little bit of the competition between him and another auto dude, staring down at each other at a race. Here's the death of his son. Here he is at a race. See, eyeing up one of his rivals. I mean, it's all here visually. If you manage to do all that in a trailer or in a movie, hopefully in a movie, you don't need a lot of dialogue. You see the Colosseum, it's in Italy, even if you don't know much about Ferrari, you can't figure it out from that. Everything is here despite the lack of dialogue. And it doesn't need a voiceover at all. The cars race through the trailer. You're hearing them. You're catching glimpses of them. And then at the end, there's a crash. It's all symbolic. It says a lot without much dialogue at all. And the cars, I mean, if you're a gearhead, you're going to love this movie. I mean, you're going to go nuts. So this would be a more sophisticated movie for the Fast and Furious crowd. I would see it. And I'm not a gearhead. I like cars well enough, I guess. But this just looks interesting, exciting, epic. You know, it looks great. It looks great. It takes place in the past, and in some respects, it's hard to even tell because it's taking place in Italy. So the clothes are not as, I'll say, distinctive to their time period, because the Italians always dress nice. They've always dressed nice. They've always looked good. Um, but Adam Driver, and I even like Adam Driver's accent in just that one line. It's like very subtle. Heat and Last of the Mohicans, Michael Mann. I think this is going to be really good. I think this is going to get a lot of praise. And I think if this trailer is any indication, it's going to be the kind of movie where you get drawn in, because it's not going to be dialogue heavy. It's going to be very, very much a show, do not tell sort of situation. And that's exactly what you want. So, first act, it's the early days of Ferrari, how he got started as a young man, meets Penelope Cruz. Second act, he's an automaker and racer, and everybody likes him, and he's innovating, and you know he has a son. He's teaching his son. The top of the second act, tragedy. His son dies. Maybe he's not going to be the best. Maybe he has an accident, and eventually he rises above it all to become a legend in the auto world. And we get the credits roll, and probably some stats on how amazing Ferraris are, and how expensive they are, and how they're still considered the greatest autos of the day. So, yeah, I would totally see this. Let's see, is there? Ooh, there's a write-up. Here we go. In the summer of 1957, behind the spectacle of Formula One, ex-racer Enzo Ferrari is in crisis. Bankruptcy threatens the factory he and his wife, Laura, has built from nothing 10 years earlier. Their volatile marriage has been battered by the loss of their son, Dino, a year earlier. Ferrari struggles to acknowledge his son, Piero, with Lena Lardi. Meanwhile, his driver's passion to win pushes them to the edge as they launch into treacherous 1,000-mile race across Italy, the Mille Miglia. Okay, so it probably does all the rise and fall stuff in flashback then. It starts at a particular time period when the factory is in crisis, and then flashes back on how they got there, the death of their son and all that, and then overcoming this current crisis. So that's a way to frame it, certainly. 57, I never would have guessed 57. But, people are wearing a lot of suits. I'll say that. So it looks great. Looks great. Directed by Michael Mann. Written by Troy Kennedy Martin. Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, Shailene Woodley, Sarah Gordon, Gabriel Leone, Jack O'Connell, Patrick Dempsey. Where are the Italians in this cast? Where is the representation? Yeah, no, I'll give it an upvote. I like Michael Mann. I think he makes pretty good films. He has his tropes with for him, the wet streets are like Michael Bay's lens flare, or Martin Scorsese having a guy shot in the face with Rolling Stone music playing in the background. He always does it. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. I will be at the Cherry Street Pier today from 4 to 9 in Philadelphia for the Art and Artisan Show, so check that out. And then on Saturday from 9 to 4, I'll be at the Vintage Flea Market in Berwyn, PA. So check that out. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.